I find myself in the process of correcting my own mistakes. See, we all tend to, we learn from the environment that we're in, and then we adopt the environment that we're in, and we begin to believe that the environment that we're in is normal. It is the way things are supposed to be. And I grew up in a household where yelling was a common thing. Anger, frustration, and drama kind of suited the day, and sometimes it was hard to get out of that. I remember when my kids were young, the neighbor next door said she could hear me yelling at my children from outside the house. I have a big voice, yes, but yes, I yelled in anger when my children were young because I didn't have any other input to learn from than the environment that I was in. It wasn't until I started studying leadership and studying the mind sciences and understanding that we become products of the environment that we surround ourselves with. And believe it or not, there's a lot more choice there than you might think. But when we don't choose to change the environment, we imitate it. I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast. I want to remind you that you have the right, the opportunity, the skills, the tools, everything, including the responsibility to change the environment that you're in. If you're a leader, you should be influencing anyway. What is it that influences you? Is it the sights, the sounds, the smells, the things you touch with your fingers or feel with your body? Is it how hot it is or how cold it is? You learn from all of those things, right? Yes, you do. You learn from all of them. You also learn from the emotions that are created in you or generated in you when those things happen. Or you might hear someone say something like, well, she's just addicted to the drama. If there's not a problem going on, she'll create one just to make sure because she thrives in the drama. You might hear someone say in a job interview, I thrive under pressure. I do best when there's stress. When everything is coming at me and other people would be overwhelmed, that's when I really excel. All of those are environmental conditions that we have both subjected ourselves to and learned from. And that vicious cycle of accepting those things, whether they're supposed to be there or not, and learning to call that normal, it rewires the way our brain thinks. And so the stress hormones that affect our bodies, the way that we raise our voice at a certain type of person or in a certain situation, the way we respond to strangers, the way we respond to loved ones, all of those things are conditional environment, are environmentally conditioned within us. And they become the environment that we recreate as leaders, whether it's parents or bosses or managers or just co-workers. If you've ever felt the energy just suck out of a room when someone walked in, there's a reality to that. And a lot of it has to do with the way they control the environment that they're in. You'll also notice there are fun people that come in and they're bubbly and they're lovable. And the minute they walk in the door, you feel like, wow, I'm glad you're here. Because everything changes when they walk in. Their smile lights up a room. Their big eyes just tell you, I want to see you. I want to spend time with you. I want to be around you. And you feel like, I want to be around them too. But I bet you can remember someone in your life that when they walked into the room, your heart sank, your blood pressure went up, your stomach got in knots. And just their presence created a chemical reaction deep in your body. It's because all of those senses, the sights, the sounds, the smells, the taste, the touch, the emotional feelings, they're all oriented to that individual in your life. And their presence recreates that environment. You follow me? You as a leader have a chance to set that mold. You have a chance to decide how you will influence the people around you. You have a chance by your temperament, by the words that you choose, by the affections that you show or withhold, by the stress level that you operate in or create around others. You have a chance to influence your environment. And as a leader, you should. You should take that responsibility very seriously because there will be a day that it will come back and you'll have to deal with it. And as I deal with my now young adult children, sometimes they react in anger, and I realize that's what they learned. They raise their voice, they yell when they don't get control, and That's what they learned, because I was a fool then, and that's what I taught them. Now I know better. And I do everything I can to shape the environment that I'm in. Around my kids, around my grandkids, in work environments, and even with strangers. I want to set the tone. I want to set the mood. I want to control, as much as I can, what's going on around me. And as a leader, you should have that same passion. I challenge you today to go out and shape the environment that's around you. And if you don't like the one that you're in, change it. And if you can't change the environment as it is, then change environments. I'm J Loren Norris for Leading Leaders Podcast on Tell It Like It Is TV. Have a blessed day.